It is loud and it is wet here, Coach, as we welcome you inside CenturyLink Field on a patented rainy afternoon in Seattle, Washington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Seattle Seahawks. This will be taken short, and he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On first down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
they? When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Bradley Roby, the ex-Buckeye, with a corner blitz and the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, the Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 41, Wilson. He'll find Lindsey here. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
10 yards and a Seattle first down. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now it's Lockett. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson, it's caught. Lockett. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Back to throw, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 84 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Wilson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. We'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. To throw again. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And Myers able to knock it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, he'll rifle this one deep right side, and that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Trying to get it that time to Stills, and it's 3rd and short.
Third down and 2 yards to go.
Reset. 19. Reset with the mic. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Watson now to throw. And he finds Stills, complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And the Texans first down.
Watson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Months 56. And we're pretty quiet. 31. Go.
The final shot before the break. Watson, and the catch made by Hopkins. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Watson. He completes it to Bryant. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Watson, and Stills bringing it in. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This one fielded at the 5.
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson, and I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 15. 1st down, Seahawks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilson will throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Wilson now to throw on third down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the ball comes loose, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14 to 10. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a handoff looking right. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Meanwhile, here, a run on 1st down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. A shotgun snap for Watson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This will be taken very short.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now it's Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
On 1st down, Watson being chased out left. He's going to take a shot, and this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Texans on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, here's Watson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Let's go! Let's go! What's up? 19! 124! I got you!
He's got Fuller. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson eluding the pressure right. This one into the hands of Metcalf. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
Yeah, they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chandler Jones in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brings up second down.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 27 yards there, a first down. Now Wilson on first down. He'll find Metcalf. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Wilson going to lead his guys up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
56, check.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Reset. 19. 56. Hey, they scared. They scared.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Texans,